As an advocate of Islamic banking and finance, I'm very happy that the industry has evolved and has become a very successful sector of the global financial services industry. Having said that, there are certain areas which have always concerned me, and one of those areas is the human resource availability for Islamic banks and financial institutions. Many a times I enter an Islamic bank and I find that conventional bankers are actually running Islamic banks and financial institutions. In the first phase of Islamic banking and finance, bankers trained in conventional tradition have played an important role for the development of Islamic banking and finance. But now that Islamic banking and finance has become mainstream and there is a growing number of new products entering the market, there is a need that the bankers who understand banking business, who understand Sharia, and who understand the spirit of Islamic banking and finance should run Islamic banks and financial institutions. When I look at the employees and managers of Islamic banks, many a times from top to the very low, I find that most of the people running Islamic banks and financial institutions are actually not properly trained in Islamic banking and finance. Hence, it is important for us who are involved in Islamic banking and finance to come up with measures which should develop human resources for the industry. There are a number of initiatives being taken in different parts of the Muslim world and of course in the West, which are helping to develop human resources for the industry. One of such earlier initiatives was setting up of Institute of Islamic Banking and Insurance in London. And this institute has played a pioneering role in creating a breed of new bankers who are well versed in Islamic financial tradition as well as who have background in Western conventional banking and finance. In other parts of the world, there are some other initiatives attempting to develop human resources for the industry, but I believe that there is a greater need for creating human resources for the Islamic financial services industry, which is developing very quickly. At this point in time, when conventional financial services industry is facing a crisis, there are a number of conventional bankers who are thinking of working for Islamic banks and financial institutions. This provides an opportunity for academic institutions as well as professional bodies to come up with programs which should attempt to develop human resources for the Islamic financial services industry. This makes marketing sense, and at the same time, this will be a great service to the Islamic financial services industry. It is important for Islamic banks and financial institutions to feel the need of investing in their employees. Without naming an institution, once I entered a very well-known Islamic bank in the Middle East, and I asked the guy who was serving on the corporate desk, what is the definition of murabaha? And I must say that the guy said he did not know what was murabaha. And murabaha is a contract which is very widely used in Islamic banking and finance. Hence, I believe that for Islamic banks and financial institutions, it is important that they should have specific budgets for R&D and specific budgets for training of their staff so that they are in line with the developments, recent developments in Sharia, in banking and finance, and of course recent innovations in Islamic banking and finance.